Hello, my beautiful collective. It's Michaela here, and you can call me Kay. This is Kayology, my channel, all about astrology, spirituality, and motivational videos. So, today we are doing a How Are You Perceived reading. Okay, they are quite interesting. Very, very interesting. One is extremely long, but I feel like it is full of a lot of downloads and interesting information that I was getting from Spirit. So I was just like, I'm gonna let it be, let it be. Okay. Without further ado, I'm not gonna talk too much. Go over to your selection page, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, my amazing group number one. So what I'm getting, I'm channeling the song. It's called The Subway. I don't want to mess up this artist's name. Okay, I'll just put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Okay, but it's that part that I've been seeing all freaking week on TikTok, to the point where it's getting on my nerves a little bit. It's a great song. It's just this one part. Everyone's showing off their singing muscles by, I don't know what to call this. It's like maybe a bridge, but she's got a way, she's got a way, she's got a way, she's got, and then it goes up. She's got a way, she's got a way, she's got a way, she's got a way. Oh, I'm getting chills. So the situation is, a lot of people feel like you've gotten away. You're the one that's got away. Whether it's love, whether it's family, okay? These are karmics. These are people who refuse to change when you were in their life, but they feel like you've gotten away from them. Maybe they thought that some type of energy game, some type of mental game, some type of even spiritual game for some of these people. Some of these people who try to do spiritual work, they try to manipulate you, gaslight you, they try to play some type of game with you to where they could enjoy your energy without any accountability, without any give back as well. So this reading is for someone. One of the things that it was coming up this morning, and it kind of made me cry a little bit. It was like, there's somebody here that's not realizing, like, okay, and I know it sounds so freaking stereotypical, like, you are a diamond, okay, but like at the same time, like, there is something so special about you, and it's in the small things that you do. And it's all these small things about you that make up this huge, it's such a romantic energy to a certain extent. Like there's such fond memories of you. I do feel like there are some karmic cycles that are ending, and I guess the karmics are like finally looking into that mirror that represents you in these relationships and these connections. Some of these connections didn't even really get off the ground. Like, this is strong Six of Cups energy, past energy, right? Especially because we've come out of the Mercury retrograde, and some of these people could have been pulling on your energy all Mercury retrograde, like all all ending of July into early August. People could have been pulling on your energy, people from the past, people from a karmic family, from a karmic relationship, some type of karmic romantic relationship, some type of karmic friendships, okay? Some type of karmic work environment. Some places where you did not have the best experiences and you were not treated as you should have been. And it was to teach you self-worth, okay? But it was to teach these people, like, just because someone is almost like a diamond in the rough, and like someone doesn't see how amazing they are, it doesn't mean that you can treat every single person the same, okay? Some of these people benefited off of you not knowing your light, not knowing what you had to offer, okay? But it's also, side note, there's so many like it's one pile every single freaking read where it's like I'm just a channeling monster right now. But like there's also something about this healthy dark side that you have. One of the things that I believe is very morbid about the spiritual journey that nobody wants to talk about is that it's not all love and light. And it's not just about, building a light self. It's also building a healthy shadow self. It's also, who are you when things get hard? Who are you when you go through unfair situations? Who are you? What is your integrity level? And I feel like I'm talking to a group of people who have high integrity, people who have had to be the mature one in situations. I'm also getting even with like family members, like elders in your family, like bosses, like you've had to show people maturity. Once again, you were a mirror to show people what they were doing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they tried to like villainize you. So now, without further of ado, with all of that out, this is how you're being perceived by these karmics, okay? How are they being perceived, Spirit? A player, okay? No. Their light side. Their light side. How is their light side being perceived? Magician. Musician. Excuse me, not magician. Farmer. Okay. One more for the light side. I do feel like this is a large collective. Community. Okay, how are they being perceived as their dark side? Criminal. Uh, criminal is crazy. Criminal is crazy. A fool. And one more. Shaman. Animal shaman. You could have some messages in group too. Now, on the light side, you come across very passionate, soulful as well. You could really like music. I'm getting like rhythmic, like you just go with the flow. You come across as someone who is always up for a good time. Okay, let's go. Let's have a drink. Let's go enjoy, life. You enjoy life. You enjoy life. Your first impression and why people think or people in the past have thought they could, do a certain thing to you or get over on you, treat you a certain way was because like you come off so easygoing. So, go with the flow, okay, like not very uptight. You also could be very creative, as in you have some type of creative gifts, like strong King of Cups energy, Queen of Cups energy. Like you come across free flowing. Even for some of you hippie, like a hippie vibe, all right? Colorful as well. I'm getting they're so colorful. It's just bubbly in some cases for some of you, not for all of you, but I'm also getting for some of you like you're bubbly. Also strong air sign energy, like that bubbly, like curious, kind of Gemini. And then with this farmer, it's like you're willing to, it's almost like patient. Like you come across on your light side as patient, someone who's willing to help people to cultivate something with this community. Like you are someone who's can see the potential in things as well. Because farmers, they look at barren land. Barren land, ain't nothing there, okay? And they see what they could achieve and what they could grow. And a farmer looks at the entire process when they are planning to do something. So they're not just looking at, okay, cool, I'm gonna grow some corn. They're like, no, no, no. I gotta go get some fertilizer. I gotta till the ground. I gotta, plant seeds at a very specific time. Okay, I gotta water them on this schedule. I gotta make sure, I can't go out of town. I can't just be doing whatever. I gotta make sure I'm tending to my fields. Okay, so it's like you have this. I'm getting like natural rhythm with the earth, okay, like this natural rhythm with the earth, to where you know when to plant seeds, you know when to water, like when you need to work really hard, but you know when you need to, pull back and let the harvest come in. It's like there's something about this. I'm getting Cade, like, what is it, circadian rhythm? That's weird. I don't even know what the heck that is. Circadian rhythm. All right. I'll have to research that after the fact because okay. Um, as well as this, you come across as like a community member, somebody that people would want on their team, somebody that people would want in their team, in their society. They want a connection with you. They want to collaborate with you. That's how you come across. You come across as a someone who's not selfish, someone who selfless as well. You do what's best for everybody involved. Everybody involved. Even if that means you gotta do some work with those people, right? And just real easy going, chill. Maybe this is why people thought they could play with you. Maybe this is why they thought that, okay? But when they tap into that dark side, when they overstep, when they cross this demarcation line of boundary, okay, then all of a sudden, let's start with this. Let's start with this fool. You can be rash, okay? You could slice and dice and tell somebody about themselves in a way that might make people feel like, dang, like you didn't think about what you was about to say before you just said it. You just really gonna do me like that? You just really just gonna cut me off? You just really just gonna talk to me like that? Like, I'm your boss, I'm your mom, I'm your friend. I'm supposed to be somebody important to you. You just really gonna talk to me like that? You really gonna, you could come off impulsive, but it's not because you are truly a criminal. Because I feel like people just pull this out of their butt sometimes, okay? But it's not because you're truly a criminal. I feel like it's because you don't care. This is coming across so spiritual, but you don't care about the laws of this world. When someone crosses you, and so for some of you, this also might be on a spiritual light. Like, there are certain spiritual boundaries that you have that when someone crosses it, you immediately, like, I don't care what this title is, I don't care what the label is, baby, you crossed a boundary and you know what you did, okay? And for some cases, the lower vibrational spirits connected to you know exactly what they did. Okay, I gotta move accordingly. I gotta move accordingly. All right, I'm not gonna put up with that. And it comes across rash. It comes across ignorant as well. Okay, it comes across impulsive. But despite whatever impulsivity they think is happening, on a spiritual level, like some of y'all get dreams, visions, audible messages from your spirit team. Like, you are very, very connected to all, I think, different types of guides, like different types of beings. Because I'm not just getting like your spirit team, like your ancestors, your spirit guides. I'm getting like Mother Gaia. Like, I'm getting like, different spirits connected to nature, okay? Like animal spirits as well. Cause like panthers keep coming through. I feel like I got that in group 2. I might, I'm not sure, but it's like this panther spirit. It's like your dark side can kind of pounce up on people, right? Always watching, always lurking, always seeing if someone's going to, overstep. And because you're so free flowing and you seem like you're such a community member and everything's all good, oh yeah, I'm chilling, no problems. I can go with the flow, okay? It's like people will really think everything's Gucci, and then they'll do some messed up ish because they think you're not paying attention, and then all of a sudden you're like, gotcha, gotcha, mother sucker. Thought she was gonna get me. Not today. And then after all of it's over, they want to be like, oh, yeah, like they're just such an awful person. They need to be held accountable for their actions. They need to, yeah, like we all need to bunch up together and we need to tell them about themselves. Oh, yeah, they need discipline. They need this. They need that. They need some incarceration. They need spiritual incarceration. Like people might even try to take you, like their higher selves might try to take you to spiritual court. Cause they mad they couldn't play on your timeline. They couldn't play on your I'm gonna get one more for this criminal. One more for the criminal, please? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're like, you think you're just gonna get away with that? You think you're just gonna ride off into the sunset? Sunset? F you. No. No. And at the end of it all, people might think you're a gift, some type of like easy. I'm getting like an easy A for some reason. Okay. That's an actual vibe too. Okay, on a romantic sense, people might think that you're some type of like, because you know the hippie people, you know, like nothing's too serious, it's everything's all good, you know what I'm saying? So people might think they could, oh my gosh, kind of just enjoy you for a day or for a night or something. That's for somebody. That's crazy. But yeah, at first you come off as a gift, and at the end of it, when someone tries to play on your freaking like mind, on your intuition, they'll be like, "Oh no, like you're not a gift. You're you don't know what you're talking about. You're ignorant. You're this, you're that." It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. So, more about how they're being perceived. With this information, let's see how you're being perceived. Okay? And we might even see like who is perceiving you this way. Close family. So it could be immediate family, mama, daddy, sister, brother. Okay. I'm scared of you. What did I say? It's like you're not somebody who likes to intimidate at all. Because that's just not the type of person you are. Like I said, you're very easygoing. You're very compassionate, passionate, okay? Go with the flow, harmony. You are a peace lover. But the moment somebody oversteps, it's like your spirit team will immediately be like, alarm, alarm, alarm. This person is trying to play with you. And you completely repelled in reverse. But yet these people want to be around you. That's the crazy part. They are mad, but they still want to be around you. No cap, y'all. Hold on, I really have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, y'all. How is group number one being perceived? Drained. Okay, turn around. Sorry, successful. I was like, excuse me? Look, okay, so got you. Thank you, Spirit. So the situation is, I tried to destroy your reputation in reverse, but they couldn't. Okay, all right, all right. So y'all have some type of like family hierarchy. I'm getting like ageism as well. Y'all have like some family members. It doesn't have to be immediate family. It could be like, parents, siblings, cousins, uncles, aunts, you know what I'm saying? Second, third. I wouldn't say twice removed, because it definitely does give people that you possibly grew up with, that you were close to or are close to. It's like you have people either talking behind your back or to your face about you because they see you this way, because they think that, they can get away with it, that you will continue to try to cultivate growth with them, that you'll continue to try to, make the community work, make the family work. People are essentially trying to take advantage of your empathy, take advantage of your kindness, and also take advantage of your easygoing personality, right? But with the song that I was getting when we first started, She Got Away, it's like, I almost feel like this is, like I'm saying, past, I said before, past situations. Like, this is definitely giving past. I cannot imagine that you are still close with these people. I cannot imagine that y'all still break bread, have Sunday dinners. Like, I don't necessarily see that. I do see like that there is some type of distance, but these people don't feel repelled by you despite what they might say, because I do feel like there is some trash talking here. It hasn't come out in the cards yet, but the reading is not over. Okay, I feel like you guys aren't close. You aren't close, but they do see you as someone who is successful. Maybe that's why they want to be around you. And the funny thing is, it's like you're successful despite what they tried to do. You know, I tried to ruin your reputation, but they obviously did not. It did not work. Okay, I think you don't deserve your blessings. Look, y'all, there's like all of this stuff that these people are feeling behind the scenes that I feel like you probably would never know. You would never know they feel this way. You're free. They also see you as free. Maybe free from them. Okay? Free from them, free from this gossip, free from the group, free from this cult. Because, like, I think I said this in another video or another reading, and I'll just go ahead and break it down again because a lot of people were grateful for the breakdown, and I was just like, dang, that's so crazy. I don't know. There's certain things that are downloaded to me so long ago that I'd be thinking, okay, well, everybody knows that. But a cult, right? When you hear the word cult, you think like very taboo, like, oh, cults, like somebody in the freaking woods somewhere, you know, with a whole bunch of wives or something, or like, you know, a religious group that believes ridiculous things, right? But like the best way I know how to explain like family cults would be, you know, those families where it's just like, oh, whatever happens in this family stays in this family. Like, no matter how bad someone is bullied or abused or talked bad about or, you know, isolated, whatever, it's like, oh, well, you can't really cut them off, even though anybody with eyes, anybody with a common sense, anybody with just normal human being empathy could see like that's really messed up. If it was a random person in the street, yeah, stay away from that person. Don't talk to that person. Don't break bread with that person. Don't hang out with them on the holidays. Like, obviously, you would stay away from that person, but because of you being blood related, they're saying that you have to be connected to this person. Like, yeah, you know, I know your mother used your identity your entire childhood and messed up your credit before you could even get to being 20 or in your early 20s to do anything with it. Yeah, I understand she did that, but you know, that's your mama. Excuse me? That's identity theft. Okay? Because I'm just giving an example, right? Like, I know your entire family used you as the butt of the joke your entire life to the point where you have absolutely no freaking self-esteem, but that's your family. You know? You need your family. You need your family. You gotta stay with your family. I know your father done talked so bad about you your entire life to the point where you thought you would never be anything. And it really took a huge toll on your confidence to the point where you just thought you were unlovable. But that's your dad, you know? Especially in the Black community. Oh my gosh, y'all. In the Black community, be like, well, at least you have a dad. I ain't never even met my dad. You ungrateful. Da, 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 da. Yeah, yeah. It goes there, especially in like, I would say in a lot of minority households, because it's like family in a way is like all you have to stick together. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, no. Because it's just like, it's one thing if someone can see like, yeah, okay, the way I treated you was wrong and apologize. But sometimes, especially in these cults, the people who are the oldest don't take accountability for what they did, which in case hurts the generation below them. Then that generation below them has a hard time healing or even getting ahead because that generation got their foot on their neck. So then this generation here, when they hit adulthood and they have children, then they're inevitably going to push that same abuse onto their kids in their own twisted way, right? Then those kids will once again have that generation's foot on their neck and they feel like they're now step back mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, right? What do you think it does to a child when you are bullied? What do you think it does to a child when you are abused? What do you think it does to a child? You're mentally messed up. You're mentally messed up. You're emotionally messed up. You can't even articulate what you're going through for a long time. You can't even regulate yourself emotionally. You end up needing spiritual or like mental help to be able to regulate yourself. And then they'll throw religion in there and be like, well, you don't need any of that. You just need God. So let's just put a band-aid over a huge, deep, generational wound. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. My Cancer Scorpio placements are showing. But it's like, that's really, I'm very passionate about this, y'all, because it's just like, I refuse to continue these generational curses. And that's why I could definitely understand whoever's going through this, and especially if you've had to make like strong boundaries, cut off your family, whatever. Look, I get it. Around here, I ain't going to be like, oh, but that's your mom, or that's your dad, or that's your... No. If they wrong, they wrong. If it's abuse, it's abuse. Even financial abuse, that's messed up. Then be like, oh, well, you wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for me. That's what you're supposed to do. I didn't give birth to myself. I didn't bring myself here. You chose to bring me here. You opened your legs, not me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's not your energy. So, it's not your energy. What is this? Give it a chance in reverse. Yeah, it's like a lot of you, you're being seen as somebody who is just not tolerant, okay? Impulsive to these people, but it's like you will not tolerate abuse. You'll not tolerate disrespect. I feel like I gave that explanation for somebody. Somebody needs to know that, because it just made my heart kind of tight. And I don't care, bro. I really don't. After everything I've been through with my own family, I'm going to speak my freaking truth because I know it's going to help people. Forgive those who hurt you. Do it for you, not for them. And that's the thing too. I feel like your light side still exists. These people may try to like say, oh, you know, you are rude, ignorant, impulsive, you know, evil, whatever. But at the end of the day, this is forgiving and forgetting and letting it go. Letting it go does not mean let people who will not be held accountable be in your life and hurt you. It means letting it go, like leaving it behind you. Okay, period. How else are they being perceived? Okay, sleeping with a married man or woman. I told y'all there was some type of like actual part about this. So some of you, people could be talking about like you maybe sleeping around, you being like a cheater, you being hypersexual, whatever. Don't understand how it's anybody's business. Okay, but you're very trustworthy, truthful, honest, devoted as well, relatable, and consistent. You're very trustworthy, and that's the thing too. So if you're all of these like other things, if they're scared of you, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like, how are you trustworthy, but then and learn from your mistakes? I think the real problem is that they just want you to be okay with this abuse. They want you to be okay with some type of way of life that is common in your family. And it's just like, it's very obvious that you're not. You're not. And it's just not going to work. Sorry, boo. Inspired in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I think seems like a family message. A very strong, like, karmic family message. So yeah, someone could be calling you a hoe or whatever. You know, when in doubt, especially if you're successful and you free from them and you doing your own thing and you're obviously blessed, okay? What's the last little dart I could throw? Well, you hoe. You're nasty. That is funny. Guarded in reverse. But you're not guarded though. I think these people, especially family cults, they kind of try to break people down. Whoever is the one who is like the truth seer, okay, the shaman, whoever is the one who can see clearly, they make that person like the butt of the jokes. They make that person the bullied one, okay? They try to break that person down mentally and emotionally so that they will always be guarded, so that, you know, they won't have anybody but the family. But you're not guarded. You're not guarded from the world, you're guarded from them. So definitely learning from your mistakes. Some of you took a lot of time to heal. Took a lot of time to heal. Love that for you. Okay. Married couple. Married couple? So yeah, it could have been some type of... Okay, maybe you're successful with a partner. Somebody in here is successful with a partner. Or they see you as someone who definitely is like marriage material. Your family sees you as someone who's marriage material if you're single. And, okay, and they're proud of you. Look. And that's the crazy part. I think there's someone in your family who is secretly rooting for you. I really do. And this is going to be the last one I get. Whoever or whatever you lost will be replaced with better. Period. Yeah, we're done with this portion. I'm gonna get a few things out in the tarot, and yeah, we're done. Because wow, that that took a turn for the best. I'm happy about that. Okay. Because I was prepared for the worst, y'all, especially with the downloads I was getting. I was like, oh wow. So the situation is that do these family members know that they're wrong? I think there is a portion of your family that knows that they're wrong. And if it's not family, like, I think it's some type of family atmosphere. Once again, some type of group, some type of community. Like, these people know that they're wrong. And I think the reason that they're proud of you is because they understand that you really did make it. Like, you made it out. You overcame what was supposed to essentially stunt your growth and have you, like, not like a vegetable, but have you, like, really, like, in a prison. Like, imprisoned in your mind. Unable to really talk about how you feel. Like, very stunted is the only thing that's coming to my mind. Like, have you really impaired as well? Some of y'all went through like a period of time where you were bullied so much to the point where bullied, isolated as well, because I'm not getting like straight up. I think it was mental warfare, mental emotional warfare, to the point where it's also spiritual, because like when you keep hitting someone emotionally, it gets to the point where it is like spiritual. Because there are certain things that spiritually we're meant to learn. And when you keep hitting someone with these like emotional games, it then causes psychological issues, like a mental rewiring. I was seeing it online, and I did some research, and it was like when someone keeps putting a lot of like burdens and responsibility on a child's mind, like on a child's back, I guess, metaphorically, okay? And you force them to have to grow up. There's certain chemical reactions that happen, a certain mental like rewiring that happens to the point where they become dull. Like they, oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, okay, go with it, Michaela. So sometimes I'd be like, I know they'd be tired of me talking, but like, there's so many downloads in this, and I really want to get it out for somebody. You're amazing because you were able to overcome this. You are an absolute trailblazer for overcoming this. This is like severe ancestral trailblazing to a certain extent, like ancestral healing, but like you're it's not common in your family. Like there's a lot of people in your family who succumb to the environment, succumb to the community and what everybody, the norm. They succumb to the norm to fit in, because going against this family to the point where it becomes a cult, y'all. Like, to go against this family means that you are basically target number one. You are enemy number one. These people will purposefully put together events, okay, certain situations to attack you, all right? So back to my other thing. So when you overcome situations like this, that's what it was. So as children, when you are put under this much like pressure, okay, burdening as well, like a lot of responsibility on your back, everything being your fault, your parents taking things out on you that just aren't your fault, right? It doesn't have to be your parents, it could be other members of your family, whoever's your guardian, the people who are supposed to take care of you, the people who are supposed to, treat you like family, okay? Take care of the child, whoever was supposed to do that, putting responsibilities on your back constantly. Like, I'm also getting poking, prodding, teasing constantly. It rewires the brain. It makes you almost mentally dull. And from what they were explaining, studies show that it causes a certain chemical reaction that makes you like blind to certain types of abuse, so that you can get through the situation, because you have to depend on this person for money, for love, for a home, okay? Like, you have to depend on them. So you become emotionally dull. You tell yourself on a subconscious level that you just don't see it, so that you can get through it. But what I'm getting is, somehow somebody here was able to stay conscious. You were able to stay conscious, because the pitfall with, becoming dull to it is that you can forget what you're fighting for. You can forget that your brain is trying to protect you. And you can succumb to the whole situation and tell yourself it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Right? And this is why oftentimes when you try to tell somebody like, hey, you don't see that your family members are, emotionally abusing you, financially abusing you, like, you don't see this, people will tell you, no, I don't see it. What are you talking about? Like, that's my mom. Like, why would you say that about my mom? Why would you say that about my sister? Why would you say that about my cousin? Why would you say that? Those are my people, right? And they'll completely like go off on you, because you are quite literally pushing through some type of unnatural rewiring in their brain, and you're hitting it to get to the truth. It's painful. It's painful. Somebody here was able to stay conscious through this. So there are certain members of your family who know, they know that you are doing the right thing by setting boundaries, that staying away, by listening to your intuition. They know that you are doing the right thing. And they're proud of you, but they can't tell you. They probably never will. All right? I'm getting, for some of you, it's an uncle. Like, it's somebody who's watched your, no, I'm about to cry. It's somebody who watched you be raised by your family. They saw the injustices. They saw like how you were treated. They saw the neglect as well, like some type of emotional neglect, physically neglecting you. Like, there's somebody who's on the outside looking in your bloodline, who was like, dang. I'm also getting ancestors. There's so many ancestors who are very, very freaking proud of them for getting through whatever this was. Oh, man. Do we even need tarot? 3 cards as the last messages of what you want my group number 1 to know. Man, talk about a generational curse breaker. Like, you are a generational curse assassin, okay? You assassinated them doggone generational curses. All right? I really feel like y'all are going to start to see, or even get like downloads, kind of similar to how, like, what is happening to me right now. This is crazy. your peace is solidified. Somebody needs to hear that. Your peace is solidified. Okay? You're safe. You really are free. You really are free. You really are. Keep cultivating things for yourself. Keep working on your personal goals. You are creating a new, like, bloodline, a cleansed bloodline as well. Like, there's certain things that your children mentally, emotionally won't have to go through. God dang, y'all, I'm about to cry. Oh. There are certain things that, like, your children won't have to go through, and I guess that's why success fell with over. Okay, sorry. This married couple fell with this success. There are certain things that your children won't know when it comes to abuse. Now I'm thinking of those, like, videos I would see on TikTok of, like, the mom saying certain phrases to see, like, if the child will react, and the child's just like, what? Like, she was like, what do you think? Like, what's your response when I say, if you don't stop crying? And the child's just like, I'm gonna get you ice cream. But anybody who's been through some type of abuse, you already know, if you don't stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about, you know? Or the mom being like, I'm not one of your little, and then the child, you know, they say something silly like, little boo-boos. But, you know, like, a lot of people know I'm not one of your little friends, right? So it's just, there are certain things that your children won't know when it comes to, like, a way of life, their raising experience. They won't know those abuses. They won't have those pitfalls emotionally, mentally, okay? That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Keep working on yourself as well. Like, keep building yourself up, because a lot of you have built yourself up from scratch. From scratch. There's a lot of celebration coming up as well. Yes. It wanted to fall out in the struggle position, but I'm going to take it in the upright. What is this Four of Wands with this Four of Swords? One more. Okay, yeah, these people will try to fight you for some type of finances, for some type of new life. Some of these people might want finances from you, okay? What's this Eight of Wands? What's this Eight of Wands? One more. Keep working on it. Yes, keep working on your happiness. Keep working on what brings you joy, okay? Working on what brings you joy. What is the Six of Pentacles? 2 for that. Yeah, people... there are people in this family that want to burden you. It came out like this and flipped over like this. They want to burden you, but it's not. They're... Stay balanced, because your family's burden, this community's burden, is not yours to bear. Okay? Whatever their burdens are, whatever burdens they've also created for themselves, trying to compete with you. If somebody has, like, family members trying to compete with them, trying to be happier than them, trying to, you know, do all of this stuff, whatever it is, right? Even talking trash about you, like, they try to do this to burden you. Your spirit team is saying, don't pick up these burdens. All right? Stay free. Stay free. Leave these people to deal with their own mess. Okay? Because they're extremely messy. It was a lot of talking, but for someone who does deal with, like, a karmic family or a karmic community, like, I hope this was helpful. Seriously, because I know I wasn't talking for no reason. All right? Love y'all. Bye. Hello, my amazing group number 2. Okay, yeah, okay, we're gonna do group number 2. How are you being perceived at this time? I don't have any downloads or anything, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. How is group number 2 being perceived? Thanks, Spirit. Okay. the shaman. Okay, you're being seen as someone who is very spiritually mature, very spiritually mature. You could have a connection with animals, like animals just like you. um Maybe people have seen this or they know this, especially if the people who are perceiving you have animals and they've like seen you around their animals. They're like, oh my gosh, like wow, you know, my dog really likes you. I'm also hearing like someone saying, oh, we're gonna go see so and so, which is you, group two, and the dog being like, oh, like jumping around and being really excited. So yeah, like definitely have a connection with spirits. Oh, spirits. Yeah, okay. Maybe spirit guides. Some of you could have the potential to be mediums, or you are, like you have uh connected to the other side in that way. Oh wow, that's powerful, like very freaking powerful. It's not a common gift these days. Should be, but it's not. Um, Spiritual leader. Yeah, you're definitely someone that people don't mind coming to for spiritual advice or understanding. I'm also getting like you explain spiritual things in a way that people can really understand them. So that's something that people are definitely like appreciative for of you for. Um, what else? Also a connection with the earth. I'm also hearing like balance chakras, balance yin, yang, light and dark. Okay, what else? Fireman in reverse. Okay, brave, heroic, sacrifice, rescue. In reverse. What? Okay, so you might come off maybe a little cowardly sometimes? What? That was like plot twist. This is how you're being perceived. We'll kind of get into who is perceiving you this way towards the end. Okay, so memory, resolve, hatred, and plotting in reverse. Okay, you are very unproblematic. I'm getting like you're not someone who really holds on to things, grudges, um, hatred, things like that. Yeah, you're just I'm getting like, let it go, dude. Let it go. You know those like sea turtles from Finding Nemo? Dude, let it go. Go with the waves. Let it go. Okay. This last one. Player in reverse. So many reversals here. Mind you, the deck is not in reverse. It's not in reverse. Player in reverse. So what's this here? Charming. Okay, so I guess like the biggest thing that people are seeing about you has to do with your spirituality, for sure. Maybe you are someone who doesn't date. You very much keep to yourself. You might not even, you're someone that people know that don't talk about their personal life much. I'm getting like you don't talk about like your memories or you know how people like gossip about people that they can't stand or stuff and like you're definitely someone who just doesn't do that. I'm getting like blank slate. People really don't know much about you. But this like fireman like in reverse is really interesting. You could lack passion to people, like lack passion, care, drive, ambition. Like those are all the things I think of when I think fire. So you could lack ambition to people. Okay, so what is this animal shaman? A very spiritual pile. Ooh, group number 2. Like, okay. Can I get 4 cards, please? About how people are seeing them to also confirm the cards that are here. So 1 for the animal shaman. 1 for the fireman in reverse. Okay. You're very spiritual. We have like very strong Pisces energy out here. One for the Avenger. I'm telling you, you go with the flow. Like, you aren't very concerned about people, relationships, conflicts. This is not you. This is not you. You might be interested in your money, making your money, as well as this Three of Wands. I don't know why the Three of Wands is giving me like you are someone who you make very short, big strides, okay, in your spiritual life that I feel like definitely helps you to balance out other things in your physical life. For example, let's say you are someone who maybe stays to yourself for the purposes of some type of like fasting or some type of like spiritual like sub journey that you're taking in your life. Let's say that you want to reflect more so that you can do some shadow work, so that you can release some type of like sadness or anything that would cause you to really erupt with some type of anything that would make you erupt with some type of negative energy. Instead of you giving into that and, you know, confiding in your friends, talking trash, you know, you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go away, I'm gonna think about it, I'm going to see why this bothers me, and I'm gonna let it go. And it gives you like, it makes you grow extremely fast. It could even make your bank account grow extremely fast. Like, this might be a manifestation tactic that you are doing without even knowing that like you are doing this. This is like how your spirit team is actually seeing you, because people don't know. Like, people, as far as your relationships, they have no idea what's going on with you. They okay, you don't give people anything to really gossip about. You're not super open. People have absolutely no idea what's going on with you. They just know that you're consistent and that your bank account seems to be pretty good, that you're taking care of yourself, that you can pay your bills because you're not on the streets and you're not ever looking, you know, unkept. So that's all they know. Okay, that's all they know. And you might only talk about work as well. Okay. What's this player in reverse? Player in reverse with the Six of Cups. I'm telling you, you only really give your energy at work. At work. So that's where people know you the most intimately. Because it fell with this like 10 of Pentacles, and you keep everything very platonic, very communicative, okay? Communal, okay? No one's special. No one's special. I don't talk to anybody else more than another person, okay? There's no reason to think that I am trying to put the charm or anything on people, okay? Yeah. You don't give anything. You don't give any room for people to come up with some type of rumor or gossip. You don't give any room to that. I love you. I love this, okay? No issues, no drama. How else are people perceiving them? How else are people perceiving my group too? I'm getting, if anyone sees you while you're doing things according to your discipline, like let's say you have like certain things that you schedule in your week, okay? So if you go to a I don't know why I'm thinking a butcher to get like a certain cut of meat like once a month, they see you, okay? They see you, they perceive you because you're a part, they're a part of your schedule. Let's say you go to the gym or some type of like trainer, they see you because you're a part of the schedule. You go to work, they're a part of your schedule. So these are the people who can perceive you, but you have very strong like I guess boundaries, and you don't allow people to see things about you Okay, you don't allow people to see things about what you're passionate about, okay, what your ambitions are. People just won't know. All they can do is, I guess, just look at your actual actions and assume that, okay, you got to be passionate about your job, or if you work out, okay, they got to be passionate about working out, I guess. I mean, they show up consistently. uh, they're always, showing up to the plate. So okay, yeah, people would just assume big money as well as this one to come out and financial breakthrough, that these are the things that you're the most passionate about. And even then, it's not really a passion. You just show up. You just show up. Can I get a loan? So you might have some people who want to get a loan from you. Promotion. Yeah. It's something about what you do spiritually. People think that that's what gets you constantly upgrading in life, constantly doing better, is because of you trusting your intuition. Very spiritual, darling. So if you are keeping things to yourself because you don't want people to talk trash, or you don't want to give people the time of day or something to talk about, that's why. Curses are broken. Okay, so that could be a something from your spirit team. 12th house. I knew it. I was like, this is like some Piscean energy. Too good to be true in reverse. Yes. You is not playing with these folks. You is not playing. Okay, so for some of you, your spirit team is saying to dream a bit bigger. I feel like this has to do with this. Okay, your spirit team is saying to dream a bit bigger about something. As well as people could think that, like, you need some passion in your life. Like, you need something in there. There's no conflict. There's no issues. It's just routine. And they're just like, ugh, gosh, you're boring. Comfy, cozy. Yes, you live a very comfortable life. And they're just like, no. Where's the drama? Where's the drama? Okay, y'all live your life how you want to. Seriously, live your life how you want to. Not that you need me to tell you. Like, really? Love life in reverse. Yes, there's no love. There's no nothing. Just money and meditation. Energy harvest in reverse. Because some of these people want to be able to harvest off of your energy, and the only way that they'd be able to do that is if you open up, is if you talk more about things, okay? But there is some type of, especially if you have a 12th house placement, there is something that's being broken off of your, I'm getting DNA. Ooh, come on, spirit. There's something that you've been working on spiritually. I was really getting like some type of shadow work. There's some type of shadow work y'all have been doing, and it's working. It's working. Not only is it working, there's some type of curse that you've broken. You're doing great. Amazing, okay? Amazing. Second house, maybe it's on your money. It's on your money, okay? This is not a fluke. Your earning potential is increasing. You're becoming more confident. This is why you stay to yourself. Okay, for my 12th housers, because I do have like Neptune energy myself, okay? Strong Neptune energy. We thrive when we're alone. It's like the one thing we don't want to do, okay? It's the one thing that, when we're talking 12th house, it's this constant battle between separation and the desire of connection. Because Pisces is both like in the spirit realm and also a part of the world in a way to where it wants to infuse and understand and have love and stuff for everybody, right? I'm talking about like pure Pisces energy, because, once Earth gets a hold of Pisces energy, Pisces could literally feel like everybody is trash, okay? Everyone is trash. No one deserves my love. But even if you feel that way, okay, as a mutable sign, you're never going to be able to just be like, I'm never going to love or talk to anyone ever again. I'm never going to help anyone ever again. Man, Pisces, Come on, okay? Neptune placements, come on, bro. Be freaking for real. That's just not who we are, okay? But there is always this desire to be alone, especially when life just gets to be too much, or life, there's always this call to come back to spirit. Okay. And we always know when it is too. It's like this unbearable feeling of everyone and everything is like pissing me off. At least that's how I feel. Everyone and everything is pissing me off. If I don't go and be by myself, I'm probably going to say or do something that I don't mean or that I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this sponge energy. I talk about it in my Neptune in the first house video, but it's like Neptune energy, 12th housers, as well as Pisces. It's like we're big sponges, which is why we make such good art, okay? Because we're able to really relate to other people and their emotions. But we're big old sponges. So after a certain point, we have to be alone. We have to go off to ourselves. We have to do our own thing to really like flush out that energy, to purify ourselves again, to return to spirit, right? Okay, beat for confirmation. So that's what I'm getting here. Nice body for somebody. I don't know if you do some type of workout, okay? Because I always say my King of Pentacles, definitely they do. They do. They work out. I also they're going to get out their frustrations with life. Cycle is closed, okay? And now you have done so much healing work for someone, okay? You've done so much healing work. You've done so much shadow work. Now it's time to manifest something new. Having to do something with maybe career, having to do something with maybe finances. Like, what are you going to do with abundance? What are you going to do with it, okay? Are you going to take it and expand it? Okay, are you going to take it and give it? Are you going to take it and make a non-for-profit? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with it, okay? And if it's just like a promotion, there's more that you can do. There's more that you can do, and there's more to dream of. So, you know, sometimes when I'm not really sure where to go next, it's like meditation is where I find my next steps. And there's different forms of meditation. It's not just like, you know, sitting, not just sitting with your legs crossed and oming. Okay. So that is your read. I feel like it became way more than just how you're being perceived. Your spirit team kind of hijacked this, okay? But that's your reading. Y'all are really in an amazing place, and so much is like unfolding for you because you listen to your energetic body, because you listen to your intuition, because you listen to your spirit team, because you did the uncomfortable work. You are in a great place. Okay, now I'm looking at this dream bigger and love life. Some of you might want to start to open yourself up for some love, especially when you do a lot of releasing and you close cycles. Usually that's when relationships and love start to come in. So dream bigger. I know you're comfortable here. I know you don't want any conflict. I know you don't want anybody to ruin this beautiful energy that you built into your life, but that might be a little bit of extra, you know, spiritual work you have to do, because why would you think that? You know, like, why would you think that someone would come in and ruin it? You know, because that's how I used to think. I'm not gonna lie. At a certain point in my spirit journey, I was like, okay, like all men do is just ruin ruin all the work that I've done. But it doesn't have to be true. That doesn't have to be your reality, okay? Anyway. That's your reading. Love you much. Bye. Hello, my group 3. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. How are you being perceived at this time? Okay. I just cleansed the space. So let's see here. Oh. Okay. Oh, this wants to come out, so I'm gonna take it. Oh, wow. Period. And detective on the bottom. This is beautiful. Straight off the rip, it's great. It's great. Okay, so you are being seen as someone who is, I mean, a firecracker. You are a freaking firecracker. You have a very strong and healthy inner child, from what I'm seeing here. You definitely have like this star energy, it feels like star in the tarot. A lot of hope. You bring hope. Like people know that when like you come around, like you're going to have a very faith, hope perspective, something that's going to be on the brighter side. And if it's not that, I just feel like there is like an innocent, maybe that you hold, innocence that you hold maybe in your eyes. You're somebody who's always growing, but at the same time, there is a youthfulness about you. Like you're going to be someone who laughs. Like I'm getting like you have like full belly laughs. Okay, you don't take yourself too seriously, or do you take life too seriously? You should have this vulnerability to you. Um, wow, that's so beautiful. Because like when I saw the child, I like the first instinct is to say, okay, people think you're childish. No, yes, for some people, for people who don't want to think too hard about it, they just want to give you a label and walk away, right? But I'm thinking more so like people who really are getting to know you, okay? People after they have a conversation with you, after they've seen you a few times, after working with you, you know, this is the perception of, okay, like this person, they are a pure soul, okay? They have an innocence to them. They have this just like jolly go lucky, like strong Sag energy. Like Sag, take away the Scorpio placements. Because I know like the beginning of Sag season it can be like Sag with a lot of Scorpio, but like you take away like Scorpio placements and not too much of the Capricorn placements as well, okay? But like this really pure like Sag Gemini energy, okay? Um, Ready for some experiences, like let life take its course, okay? And always looking forward to something good happening. Like you always think that there's a possibility of something really good being around the corner. Okay? You're definitely not a realist. It seems like you have this optimistic side of you. Now we go straight into the fireman. You're not afraid to do the hard thing, to be brave. And I think that's why people can't necessarily say that you're childish, because it's like if you wanted to go that route, you then watch pile three, group three in a situation where, you know, everybody's cowering down, or maybe a conflict situation where you're disagreeing with someone, you stand on business. Group three, you stand on business. You're not afraid to say it like it is. Okay, you're telling the truth. Okay, the truth. Where do you have Sagittarius in your chart? Where do you have Sag in your chart? I want to know, because like you're coming across very Jupiterian, okay? Jupiter, Sag energy, it's coming across and it's very strong. Heroic as well. You could be someone who's not afraid to help people in their time of need, okay? You might go the extra mile to really help somebody through something, whether that's emotionally or literal rescue, like help someone as in like giving something to them, finances, your time, right? Like if somebody needs you to come and pick them up, their car broke down, okay? Or someone needs, it makes me think of this video I saw earlier, and I ain't gonna cry because like I don't know why it did something to me, but this woman was like, I just talked to my friend and she thought I didn't know, right? She had this real spunky energy. She's like, yeah, she thought I didn't know, but she was talking about, you know, how hard it was to get her kids some stuff for school, and I know it's back to school time, so I'm about to send her a little care package. I bought her sons three pair, like she said, six pairs of shorts, and nine shirts. And she was like, and I'm going to send it to her. And she ain't had to tell me nothing. I just knew. I just knew. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she's like, I'm just going to help. I'm just going to put myself out there. I'm going to not even sacrifice. Because I don't even think it's a sacrifice. Because she says she doesn't have kids. So it's like, I'm going to take the extra step, the extra mile, and I'm going to give her this help. And if she doesn't need it, then it's just gravy, right? If she does, then awesome. My friends' kids are going to have clothes when they go to school. And I'm like, period. Period, friend. I was like, it's beautiful. Now we have challenger. Once again, this courage, this bravery, you're not afraid to challenge people. Don't think just because you got this innocence in my, you see this innocence in my eyes and my vulnerability, that I'm not also going to be like, hey, this is wrong. Or when you said this, I didn't appreciate that. Or when you did this, I felt like you was disrespecting me. Like, what's going on? What was your intentions? You're not afraid to challenge someone as well as challenge yourself. I do feel like this goes with the growth. You are constantly growing, you're constantly evolving. Looking at life like it's a classroom as well, okay? Like, how could I show up better right now as opposed to what I've done in the past? Maybe it's because of this little detective energy on the bottom of the deck as well. Like, you are looking for the things in yourself that need to change and grow. You hold yourself accountable. You hold yourself accountable. And this is what people are saying about you. I love this. I love this group 3. And then we have creator as the last card that just stuck itself out of the pile of cards here, or the deck of cards. It just came right on out. Ooh, is that the word? Hold on. Yeah, it's innovation. I was like, is that the word? Look, sometimes y'all, please just bear with me. Okay, you are imaginative. Back to this childlike energy, imaginative, creative. It all comes from here. You have a strong solar plexus. You have a strong inner child. A strong inner child. Solar plexus, heart chakra energy. And I oftentimes find that if you have a strong heart chakra, I would also assume that you have a strong solar plexus, because the heart chakra and the solar plexus, I don't know. At least in my life, okay, and I've seen in the lives of others, most of the time when someone has a strong solar plexus and it doesn't come across, cocky, doesn't come across like egotistical, it's like usually because they have a strong heart chakra. You have a big heart, okay? And you use that big heart to create, to manifest good things. I'm obsessed. I love you, group 3. Thank you so much for this refreshing energy. Seriously, I appreciate it. Okay. Now, whatever comes out from here, I'm already getting a good sense of who you are. So if some bullish come out, then I can easily be like, you're wrong. You don't know my group 3. I know my group 3. Playful. Playful. Yes. Okay, y'all are very playful. Y'all like a good joke. A good joke. And it's not one of them jokes that goes like at the expense of others. And even if you are someone who would be like roast a little bit, it doesn't come across like spiteful. I hate people who joke like that, because to me that just tells me that you're not actually funny. If you're not actually funny, then shh. Let the real comedians live, okay? Forgive those who have hurt you. Do it for you, not for them. In reverse. Okay, so maybe y'all hold a little grudge. That's another thing that people are perceiving about you, that you do hold a grudge. Okay, maybe it's that challenger energy, holding people accountable. And I think that, okay, maybe, and some people will resonate with this, but like, is it that you don't forgive, or is it that you hold people accountable? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just gonna be like, okay, I forgive you, so therefore everything goes exactly back to normal, and you don't have to there's no change that has to happen because I forgive you. Okay, we go right back to the way we were. I'm vulnerable and innocent and just hopeful and happy in front of you and no problems at all. Okay? I'll still be there for you. No problems. Even though you stabbed me in the back, you did some messed up stuff, and you did. But it's fine. It's all good. It's like that's how people today, and I really blame religion. I really do, because I'm just like, that is not forgiveness. I don't know how we came to this conclusion. Just wipe the slate clean and everything goes back to normal. You don't have to change, even though you'd be liable to do the same exact thing again. Because to me, I feel like in situations where someone has done you wrong, all right, and I'm not trying to do too much about this, but in situations where people have done you wrong and the person knows that they were wrong, like, you need to, instead of seeking someone's forgiveness, you need to be seeking a way to show that person that you changed, you understand what you did, and you need to turn away from doing that again. If you don't, then what's the point in saying I'm sorry? Like, you can't even do that. Because a lot of people like to use religion, you know, be like, oh, you gotta forgive your enemies. My enemies need to make some type of freaking treaty to make me understand that that's not gonna happen again. Even countries do that, and even with God, you gotta repent. You gotta turn away from what you did, and that shows that you're sorry. If you go and do it again, and you don't even want to acknowledge what you did wrong, then what the heck is we talking about? What is we talking about? And that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's not that you're don't forgive. At least that's not what I'm getting here. I think it's that you're not just going to lay down and let people walk on you. Okay. Tall in reverse. Oh, okay. So maybe you're a little short. You're a short king, you're a short queen, and that's fine. That's fine. We love our short kings and queens, all right? That's another thing that people are perceiving about you. And I think it's crazy because it fell on top of brave. Like, maybe people are surprised to see how brave you are, knowing that you are a little petite, okay? Smaller. Kind, humble. And it goes again with the firefighter. Like, you are willing to sacrifice, rescue people, help people. That's more so what it is. You're willing to help people. That's beautiful. What else are people perceiving about my group 3? Okay, some people could think you're nosy. Because to rescue, you do kind of have to be in people's business. So some people could think that you're a bit nosy. Brother in reverse. This is brother in reverse. Okay. Brother in reverse. What? Stocky. We got stocky and soft spot. Okay, so somebody's brother is coming through. What the hell? Brother in reverse. Brother in reverse. Stocky. Soft spot. What the hell? Okay, so some of y'all could have like, sorry, there's somebody like putting something up, I guess, in the apartment next to me. What the hell? Or in the unit next to me. So, okay, somebody has a brother that is, yeah, someone has a brother that is like, they like to joke around with you a lot. Maybe they call you like stocky and like, but this person has a soft spot for you. So you have a family member who's coming through. Maybe it's a family member you don't talk to because we have brother in reverse. So yeah, there's like a family member that you don't necessarily talk to that definitely has a soft spot for you. Maybe they miss you. They might want your forgiveness for something. But they like to make fun of you. Okay. Sure. Yeah. New person in reverse. What is going on here? Spirit. No, we're not doing this. How are they being perceived? I'm not trying to get into people trying to hijack my reading. It's no. Popular. Popular. Okay. Popular. You're gonna be popular. Teach you the proper spot. Okay, anyways. So you are being seen as somebody who's very likable, very personable. Okay. energy draining in reverse. So if you're not energy draining, what does that mean? That you give good energy. Oftentimes the people who aren't draining are the people who are giving, okay? So a good man. Okay, and I could also take it another way. So if you, it's not about a brother who is trying to like send you some type of message. I'm also getting that maybe you're a good person, but like you're not too vulnerable to the point where you come across as family. Like there might be this like unspoken boundary between you and other people. So like you're a good person, okay? Remove the genders, right? So you're a good person, but you're not like, we not family. Okay? We not family. You don't get to know everything about me. So there might be this misconception that because you are so personable and because you are so kind and so nice and so humble and so playful and it's all these things that are very lighthearted that people could think that they know you, but it's like, oh, I'm not your brother, okay? I'm not your sister, okay? Like we are not family, but you are still a good person, okay? Because I was just like, what people might think because they like play around with you like and stuff of that nature that you have like some type of soft spot for them, but it's more so that people get a soft spot for you. People feel very vulnerable around you because of how genuine you show up and how kind and compassionate. It's like you really lower people's defenses so quickly. I'm getting like ice melting in seconds. It's like you have such a warm, once again, solar plexus energy. You have such a warm and bright energy that it like lowers people's defenses. They get very vulnerable and they might, try to connect try to connect with you very quickly, and it's like, no, 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 I'm not your family. We are not close, okay? I'm just, you're just you. You're just you. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand. It's like they try to control something that's good because they want it to last forever. And it's like, no, no, no. It's like if something's good, you just enjoy it while it's there, like a butterfly. You're not going and catching butterflies and like trying to force them to stay alive forever. No, you just let it fly off. You let it do its thing. And maybe you'll see it again, right? Okay. So maybe we'll see a little bit of like who these people are. Okay. So who are these people who are perceiving these things about my group 3? Who are these people? Who are these people who are perceiving this about my group 3? 2 more cards, please. Aw. And maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Okay. These people really want, like, okay. So, sorry. There are people who are like very defensive because of your consistent growth, your consistent maturity. It's like you are constantly unlocking new levels, okay, in life, which means that you might be constantly progressing, constantly graduating different periods of time, right? Maybe someone met you at a job, but then you got another opportunity, then you had to leave that job. Maybe there's another person who met you maybe when you used to frequent a certain like store or place, but then you moved. Okay. There's another person who met you when you were in college, but then when you graduated, you immediately moved to another state. It's like there's something about your life that there are a lot of swift changes. There are a lot of like constant changes. Maybe even like from your childhood as well. Like one year you lived in one house and then you moved maybe in the middle of the year or that summer, and then you're in a completely different place. Like you're constantly moving and changing. I think that's why you carry this kindness, but it's not like you're trying to stick to people, right? You're not trying to ground your energy with people where you want to be around them all the time and you make a routine of where we always hang out and this is what we do on Tuesdays and this is what we do on Thursdays. It's like you are a earth sign's worst nightmare. Because it's all about routine for my earth signs, okay? My earth placements. Even if you have earth placements, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Saturn sign or something, because like you are always moving, changing, growing, okay? There might be times where you're super social, and there might be times where you have to, go into your creator mode, where you have to, challenge yourself and really take inventory of where you are in your life. And then there are other times where, spirit might put it on your mind to go and help somebody or give someone some type of encouragement, or you're hanging around someone more than normal because there's some type of encounter or understanding or impartation that you're supposed to give to this person, like, right, you're supposed to anti-drain them, right? So that means that there's some type of activation that you give to people when you're around them for a period of time, right? But in all of this, you're never going to stop being someone who is full of wonder, someone who's full of joy, someone who is innocent. So like, this is your base, and you are like walking with the universe. This is very spiritual. I didn't think it was going to get here, but like, that's the download that's coming to me. Like, you're always on this ride, wonder roller coaster with the universe, and it's almost kind of giving like earth angel vibes. I know it gets real woo woo and people are like, ah, earth angel, but like, it's kind of what it's giving. Like, you're an old soul and you don't really need consistent friends or a consistent like people to always talk to or always confide in. I think you find a lot of comfort and understanding within yourself. So there are people who want to, they want to fight to be in your life. They want to fight to be needed, but you're always Eight of Cups. When the time comes, it's time to go. When the time comes, I can't, be around you all of the time. And people just, they don't get that. They don't get that. And you always leave people with this like wanting of more. Always wanting more. What is this Page of Coins? You're like some type of nomad or something. Yeah. Just off to the next thing. Off to the next thing. These Page of Cups are just seeing you as someone who's just like always moving. They can't tie you down. Like, even if you date, there might be people who like, they realize if they want to be with you, they have to, tie you down. And you're like, ooh, nope, nope, moving, whoa, 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 no. You could also do something like as a work or a job where it's like you travel, like it's a traveling job. What's this Eight of Cups? And then we're gonna bring this to an end. What's this Eight of Cups? 2 cards, please, for the Eight of Cups. Danielle. 2 cards, Eight of Cups. Sorry, one more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With the Magician on the bottom. Oh yeah. It's like, okay, sorry. One more for the Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, y'all. Yeah. You're always looking for the next level of fulfillment. Like, it never ends with you. And I think it could be taken a lot of different ways. It could be taken as opportunistic. It could be taken as like, there's just never enough. It's never enough for group 3. It's just never enough. They always want more and more and more and more. But it's like, it's really not that. It's not that. It's like now I'm seeing is like a spiral. Like, you're just like, I am on a consistent journey, and it's like I'm going where it takes me. I can't just stop, right? I can't just stop. And they're just like, no, stop being the star, stop rising to the sky, like, stay here in my little cave. And like, oh wow, I never saw it that way. They want to like catch you. They want to catch your star power and like put you in some type of like tower, and they can't. The star is always going to rise. They don't want you to be a star. They want you to stay. They want you to be their private star. Their private star. Shine and give me hope forever and be there for me forever and rescue me whenever I need it and like give me advice whenever I need it and manifest for me, only for me. Don't leave me. Like people get so attached. And I think that's why you're always spirit is always changing your routine. Spirit is always putting you in different places because like I think your spirit team knows like okay, people are going to get attached to you so quickly. It might even be in your soul records, what's the thing called, soul contract as well, to constantly be moving because it's like it's such potent energy that people, it can definitely get in this like nine of wands willing to fight to almost like stop you to stop you. Like what the heck. um Also with this playful and energy draining in reverse, I think like people think that they might be able to drain out this energy in you, almost like steal the light from your eyes, but it just doesn't leave you. It all generates from the inside of you. It doesn't just leave. It can't be stolen. And it's like, oh man, you be having people in tiffies in a tiffy. What is this nine of wands? One more. It's gonna be the last one. Yeah. Oh yeah. People study you. And I know it sounds so creepy. It's a little creepy to me as well, but like people definitely study you. They study the way you act, the, your movements, your schedule, which is once again why spirit is always changing up your moves. Okay, one week you might be doing your life one way and then like something might pop up and you have to completely change your routine, and it's like it's actually, it might come across as an obstacle, but it's actually protection. It's actually protection. Okay. People who just they don't want to be leaders in their own life, they almost want you to stay around like some type of mascot, some type of guide. They want their own personal guide through life when you're meant to almost kind of be like some type of fairy godmother in a lot of people's lives. Like you are meant to kind of like move around. Your energy is big for a reason. It's meant to move around and affect a lot of different people, and people just don't like it. They don't like it. They be obsessed, baby. You are a walking love spell. So that's your reading, group three. I don't know if you just need someone to hype your head right quick, but that's you. That's you, boo. You're doing amazing. You're definitely on your soul's path. For real. I hope it was helpful to something that's going on in your life. I would say don't pay too much mind to these people. It's just their egos. Their egos get mad. Their egos want to control things and they want to like, you know, force it into a routine or some type of like stable. It seems like devil energy. That's what it's coming across as. It's like they want to control some type of supernatural aspect of you. It's to have this much like light and abundance within you, like it's very kind of supernatural. It's not something that they can necessarily control. It is something that is way beyond them. Okay. And they just want to control it. That's all it is. So don't pay these people too much of a mind. Nothing that they're doing is going to work. You're protected. And yeah. Bye, y'all.